think all of you are probably MSA NJ veterans, so I will kind of just go through this a little quickly. As you may know, my sister, brother, and I founded MSA NJ after losing our mom to multiple system atrophy on Mother's Day in 2009. Our goal and our hope, we did not want Mom's death to be in vain. We wanted her legacy to be honored. My mother was a nurturing, compassionate person. People were very drawn to her. She was very charismatic. People automatically opened up and talked to her. And if Mom were here today, she would be here and she would be our cheerleader. She would be telling you all the great stories. She'd be up here with her own. She'd be telling you, don't give up hope. Stay positive. Live life to the fullest. Be in the moment. Enjoy your loved ones. And I think, again, the message that comes out of these conferences and these support groups is that very same message that Mom would have. So to honor her legacy, we knew we wanted to do something to bring this community together. After her diagnosis, because it's a rare disease, and now we're talking 15 years ago, there's a period of where you feel isolated because no one knows what you're talking about. I've talked to several people how frustrating it is. Nobody knows what you're talking about when you say your loved one has MSA or multiple system atrophy. Is it MS? Oh, it's Parkinson's, and you're trying to explain, and then you turn to the medical community and they don't have answers. So you feel very alone. So our goal was to provide resources, to share what we've learned when we dealt with it with our mother, to connect people so that people know that they're not in this alone. There are other families, there are other people going through this. There is safety in numbers, and you guys really are a family, and I see that and how much you support one another. MSA is a small community, but it's tiny but mighty. Everybody is just so warm and welcoming and caring for one another, and any little loss that we get, we feel deeply. We also, again, wanted to be ground level support, to do those support groups, to do these conferences. So those were kind of, our goals were to be very patient-centric. We also do support research opportunities towards treatment and a cure, and we do that through our fundraisers and being able to then donate to the coalition. The Multiple System Atrophy Coalition is the first and foremost national multiple system atrophy organization. Their practices when it comes to the research sides of things, they're on it, they vet. So when we're donating money for research, it is going to the right channels. So again, we do a lot of our fundraising to support our missions. So one of our things we talked about is the support groups, and I know that Overlook was mentioned. We do our Overlook support group monthly, and it's always the second Saturday of the month up in Summit, New Jersey. We just added, so this is an and, we now are doing quarterly support groups in New York City at NYU Langone. That is the third Saturday of the month. We are open to expanding in other areas. We are starting to get more people from South Jersey and Pennsylvania, so that may be another potential market for us to expand our support groups in. Awareness, that's a really important thing. As with this rare disease, we don't have a celebrity, we don't have a spotlight, we don't have as big of a voice as cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's. So we need to do all we can to raise awareness. By working with some of the other organizations, we have a greater voice, but one of the biggest things that we have been trying to do is, as you know, March is Multiple System Atrophy Awareness Month. It is no coincidence that this is why we host our conference in March. But one of the things we've been doing is partnering with the coalition for the past about 6 years. The coalition initiated the process of getting proclamations from each state recognizing March as Multiple System Atrophy Awareness Month. I have a really interesting story that I will share on our website regarding how this got started, a gentleman named Frank Cervone that kicked this off. But again, the coalition and MSA NJ have partnered on this endeavor for about 6 years now. This year, we had 35 requests, 19 so far were granted, and the month's not over yet. We do have New Jersey, which is up there. We also have 6 permanent proclamations, so that's really cool too, and we'd love to get more. So if anybody wants to start initiating a New Jersey permanent proclamation or Pennsylvania or New York, we would love to have that happen as well. We do have a team, and if you go onto the MSNJ website, you can see all the requests that were made and all of our MSA ambassadors that made those requests and made them happen. And if you look over in that corner, those are the 19 proclamations we've received so far. So there's a list on our website of all those MSA ambassadors and the states where they were able to get these proclamations or the states they requested for. And we need all the help we can get when it comes to raising this awareness. It's so important that we get it out there. Another thing we do is fundraising. We do a lot of fundraising. I know it probably seems like we're always asking for money, but the reality is MSA NJ is a very small organization. We are New Jersey-based, and while we partner with the coalition, we are two separate organizations with completely different systems, so we have a separate budget, so we rely on our own fundraising activities to help offset the costs. As you know, we don't charge for any of the services we provide to our community. So the conferences, the support groups, we do this at no charge to our community. And how we offset that is, again, our wonderful sponsors, platinum level Lundbeck, our gold level Theravance. We had a couple of others, again, like I mentioned, and it's a small world, Bracco, my silver level sponsor, and Mobility Works, our bronze level. So we rely on sponsorship, personal donations, and fundraising. Having said that, I'm going to pitch our most current fundraising activity that's happening. Once again, we are partnering with the coalition. They have initiated a virtual walk, the Global MSA Walkathon. It's virtual, yep. So you can strap on your Fitbit, your Apple Watch, or whatever tracker you're using, and you can walk around the world. So a really cool thing is New Jersey, MSA NJ, is a stop on the walk. So as people from other areas make it here virtually, they'll get a postcard from our organization walking them to the Garden State. I would love to have as many people as I can represent MSA NJ. I do have a team set up. So I hope you will join the team. It's $50 to join. Like I said, you hook up your Fitbit, your Garmin, whatever you're using, and then you track your miles automatically from there, and you're walking around the world, and pretty soon you're visiting our fellow friends, the UK Trust in England, or at the MSA Awareness Day people in Belgium. Hi, Richa. So if you're not interested in walking, you can certainly donate directly to the team. So there's links here. There's links on our Facebook page. The important thing is, though, that when you do join, you make sure you are selecting Team MSA NJ Conquer MSA. This way you know that you're on our team. We're trying to get as much representation so we can raise awareness and raise funds for, as you know, this much needed and great cause. So partnerships. Again, small community, we stick together. There are many organizations that work together. We stick together, we help each other. Like I said, safety in numbers, bigger voice, the more of us are screaming. So some of our partners are, of course, the coalition. We also work with Move Over MSA in Idaho, Cure MSA in California, the Rex Griswold Foundation in Texas, and we also have a strong partnership, bless you, with the Brain Support Network. They left some lovely materials out on the table. I don't know if you had a chance to get them. So the coalition, we've been working with them since our beginnings. We have a long history with them. Our first year, we actually got them to host the conference in Newark and brought them to New Jersey. And we partnered. We did a fundraiser one night. They hosted their conference the next day. It has been such an honor and a privilege to work with a team that is so dedicated and knowledgeable and caring, and the things that they do, the vision that they have to help this community. We knew right then, after that first meeting with them, that we wanted to partner and we wanted to work and support them, and we wanted to have their support. The relationship we have with the coalition is based not just on the common denominator of multiple system atrophy, but it's also mutual support, mutual respect for one another. They're a very talented group of people, and again, I'm very fortunate to work with them. I often refer to the coalition as like my big brother. I guess in this case, it's really my big sister, since she is the board chair of the coalition. And I'm very honored to be the little sister, not just of my sister and my brother, who's listening diligently, intently to me, as he always does. But I also am very fortunate to be the little sister organization to the coalition. So can we get a little round of applause for the coalition? Yeah. And my sister. So, and I have to give Pam Bauer a shout out because you see that lovely graphic that's up there? That's her mock-up. And it's on our table there as well, because we really are partners in fighting this battle. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So our future. So I'm looking forward to representing MSA NJ at our upcoming national conference. Many of you might have heard rumblings about its location, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. I'm serving actually on the planning committee again, as I did last year for the San Francisco conference. And since this is their 30th anniversary, I'm really hoping MSA NJ can host a little event while we're there. So I'm looking forward to something special. We're hoping to do an awareness, something fun in the fall. We generally kind of try to schedule a light activity every couple of years. We did miss last year, so I'm hoping to make up for it this year. If you have suggestions, we are open. We normally do picnics. We've been talking about doing an actual walk, getting people from all over that make up the MSA NJ community and doing a walk at a central location to try to raise some awareness and funds. But again, if you guys have ideas, please shoot me an email, let me know. We're open. Next year marks our 5th anniversary of hosting these regional conferences. So we're already in planning stages to bring you an exciting program next year, so we hope to see you back. Again, I mentioned we have potential support group expansion. So if you guys are in an area that you don't feel is represented, let me know and we can work towards that. It's not an overnight thing. It's a process that takes time, but I am happy to get that moving for you. Please stay connected with us so that you don't miss any announcements. Make sure you're on our distribution list. I know sign-in this morning, it asked if you wanted to be on it. I think most of you are, but if you're not, please make sure you do join. And please join our support group. We have a closed support group. So if you're not able to attend the monthly support groups at Overlook or the quarterly in New York, please join our closed support group and you can communicate with the community right there. How can you help? Well, donations and fundraisers. If you have any ideas for fundraising campaigns, again, open to it. Private donations, you can go onto our website. You can do a dedication donation to your MSA Warrior or your MSA Angel. Again, we rely on this to continue to provide these services for our community. Our Shop Amazon. We do ask that you use Amazon Smiles. Select MSA NJ as a charity, and then we get a small percentage of all the sales on eligible purchases. Come out to our events. Again, the numbers game. We need that support. And when we can show these numbers, it really helps show that our community is strong. And when we do seek sponsorships or we do seek attention, legislative action, our proclamations, it helps to show that we have the numbers, that this is needed. Share ideas and volunteer. Like I said, if you have an idea for an event, a fundraiser, a fun event that you think would be great, an MSA NJ community outing, let's go do something fun together, anything, expanding the support group circle, please shoot me an email. Let me know. We're very open to new ideas. And volunteers. If you have some time, we could always use hands on deck. We could use people to help us with our social media. We could use people to help us organize these events. So again, there's always opportunity to be involved. And if you have not done so already, please like us on Facebook. Again, those numbers count. We're so close to 1,000, so let's get there. And then 2,000 and 3,000, so. Lastly, like I said earlier, we lost Mom to MSA, and everything we do is dedicated to her memory and her honor. Like we say, she maintained strength, dignity, grace, a sense of humor, and love. There was nothing my mother didn't do without love in her heart. And if I can only just be a small percentage of the woman she was, that's good. So, Mom, we love you. Okay. All right. So, having said all of that and gotten myself choked up, I'm going to turn this over to my sister, and I'm going to let her, I will not steal her thunder. I'm going to let her be the Stan Lee and give you the preview you have been waiting for, you Marvel fans. Come on. Oh, it is. We're ready for you. We are all ready for you. You're going to be glad you stuck around for this.
Well, especially you warriors who stick it out, who travel, who live, who
Yeah.
do things. As I said, especially you guys who like to stick it out to the end, or really try to do, live, our warriors here. This is, I think, a very manageable conference this year. Our annual conference is on the East Coast. No, it's not here in Jersey. But it is something that's going to be informative, really a celebration, because this marks our 30th anniversary as an organization. So we've been around for a long time providing support, supporting research and doing a lot. Our patient and caregiver conferences have really grown. And this one is going to be a very special one that we've managed to secure within our normal standards and in budgets, and also managed to get a good deal for our attendees coming, so that hopefully they can have a little bit of fun and quality time with family when they travel there. So rather than me saying it, I think we're just going to let the video roll.
2019 marks 30 years the Multiple Systematic Coalition has provided service to our MSA family.
We've accomplished a great deal during this time and have been proud to serve you.
To help us celebrate our achievements in our community, we hope to see you at this year's family conference to be held at
the magical Walt Disney World Resort in Florida on September 27th and 28th at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club Resort. Until then,
LIC. See you real soon.
KEY. Why? Because we like you. MOUSE.
Reservation and booking details coming soon.
Together, we're building hope and enhancing quality of life for people living with multiple systematic.
Ta-da!
What do you think? You glad you stuck around for that?
That's quite a performance, huh?
Even if you're
But-
not excited about the location, you have to admit that video was worth.
We had fun making it, and we hope to have fun there. We deal with serious issues, but as we've talked about, we got to be positive. We have to be light sometimes too, and we do hope that you guys will be able to join us. As many of you as you can join us for our 30th anniversary conference. So, thanks for all the support you give us.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
So thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for staying till the end. I really hope that today was informative and enjoyable. I hope you made some great connections and got some valuable resources. And I do hope that you stay connected and we hear your great ideas for the future of MSA NJ. Thank you all for your support. It's much appreciated.